Hey there, Selective Collective. This is Kim with a message for you tonight. I'm going to pull another breakthrough spread for us, but I'm going to use the Wild Unknown archetype deck. I got a new one, so we're going to use that. And this reading is for those who are drawn to the Selective Collective. So calling in all of our angels to help us with this spread. There's 6 spots. They will hopefully lead us to a place of breakthrough with different cards getting, different information. Shadow has been popping up a lot. Well, I just did Leo's reading and Shadow popped up for Leo, but not just that. Like, I found similarities, like it's popping up in other readings too, for people to face, to confront. So that might be a message here for us anyway. Let's split it and do it that way. They don't really fall out very well. Okay, so the challenge, or what we need to have a breakthrough about. This is the challenge, sorry. This is what we need to have a breakthrough about. This is the challenge. This is the breakthrough card. Your strength at this time, your outcome, and your advice. Oh, and on the bottom of the deck is the eternal child. The always living from this innocence and inner child energy. Let's get the 108 deck. We'll do 2. Oh, there's the peace that's wanting to come out. Peace, spirit. Doves are often, white doves are often associated with spirituality, peace. It's a symbol of peace. And we'll do 2 for advice. Okay, and the bottom of that is the crone archetype, or something that might happen within 9 to 12 months. It's not always this like, or Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces season. But the crone is the archetype of someone who's very wise. They have experienced a lot. Okay, you know what that one is. And the Circle of Life Tarot. I figure I will stick with the circles for these. And let's do something maybe a little different. Let's use 2 of these for your breakthrough. Bottom of that deck is Great Fortune. So let's see. What do we have? I might be turning to the book just to let you know here. What do we have for what we need to have a breakthrough about? Oh, I love this card. The Poet. The Poet. You know what's coming to mind when I see this is, I mean, the obvious, right? The poetry, the obvious. But no, what's coming to mind is, if you look at your life and if you can say, I only have, this many years, if I'm lucky, I have this many left of my life. Do I want to be where I'm at? And most of us would take this card and say, no, I need to write a new story for myself. I want to write something different, because I see it as being associated with the fairy tale card as something that I feel like even you could be predicting something for yourself. Could be sharing information with others too. It can mean that. But your word, your language, it gets received many different places, in many different places. And there's magic associated with what you're able to write or what you are able to say. So the fairy tale, believe the impossible, daydreams, romantic ending, universal archetypes, hopeful, magical unicorns and rainbows, aspire, and happily ever after. And stories we tell. You know what? I didn't know that it had the stories we tell. But I think this is about the story that we are telling for ourselves that we want to see. We want reciprocity and we want success. But we want, with this, it's like, how do I have a breakthrough where I'm giving back to you and you're giving back to me? And that's how we have success. It's about cooperating well with others too. Humanity, you know. And this is saying that there is like a Page of Cups energy here for you. A new message. Getting a fresh new start at life. Again, with the story that we might choose to tell. So it's success, but it's like, I want to be at a point where there's success for you and others get to enjoy it too. And that everything's kind of, you know, reciprocal in that sense. All right, the challenge, the dead end. Yeah, it's an ending. It's a conclusion. It's the finale. But how to get this closure, how to go from the bardo to the new experience, especially if you've been there for a while and nothing's happening, like liminal space, right? So how do we end the story? I don't know. You're writing it, right? You are the knight here. You may have there might be something tied to your purpose here that has to do with messages, writing and a message, passing along a message. This is a champion of a cause. Also, it has number 1, the magician energy, right? Or the aces. We also have the energy of Leo, and this is about your power, your strength, and fearless leadership is coming through. Fearless leadership. Determined. It's like being determined to end something so that you can live out this beautiful new story. 2 of Cups. Kind of in reverse, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Kind of in reverse. And I'm not really reading these in reverse though. So I think it means both though. Okay, because there's something about a partnership that you want to see, how you want it to look, how you want the energy to be exchanged in a harmonious, peaceful manner. So if that is not existing, or if it's something that you're wanting to change, then it would be about getting closure of that. See, there's a completion here of doing all that you possibly can do. And it kind of looks like the sticks in this picture too. It's the 10 of Wands. It is a completion. You've done the best that you can do in a situation. It's not going to... There's something that's not going to evolve, but I don't usually get on here telling you anything that you actually don't know already. So you would have to ask yourself, what is the ending that's talking about for you? So here's your breakthrough, though. At least we got cards, right? We got cards. I had this one earlier pop up for me. Just as like my individual read. So the medallion, this is really interesting. It can be like my mother's mirror over here, you know, like that mirror. It can be like that. It can be an heirloom. It can be something passed on to you that has value, sentimental value, actual value. If it's, you know, it could be gold or it could be a pendant. It's something that's passed on to you. But immediately when I got this card, though, that's not what came to mind. What came to mind was you have some gifts that are being passed on to you, or that have been passed on to you, and they're to be applied differently. And that is what I got as a message when I was looking at this earlier. These gifts are here they're passed on gifts. I think they're spiritual gifts and abilities passed on to give you assistance in this lifetime. Definitely to create this. Okay, so this thing that is precious, that is in your genetics, that is passed down to you, is an actual thing. Even if it's a gift and ability, it's supposed to be used for something more than what it's already being used for. And my theory on the mirror is that, yeah, it was my mother's. She has passed on. And so it is special to me because I think it was her mother's before that. And I feel like mirrors are something to do with portals and spirit. So anyway, that's why that's there. That's why that's there. If you're wondering, why does she have that up there? It's not like my altar. Like, I don't view it like that. But I mean, I guess it could be, I guess. But it's really more about trying to allow my mom's energy to get through easier, to give us messages like she so willingly helps us about. Convertible is many options, free will, adjacent possibilities, choices, flexible, adaptable, potential, change, freedom, enjoyment. I don't know why it says two-faced, but you could be possibly dealing with somebody who is two-faced to you. I don't know if they're meaning it in that context, though. I don't know. Going with the wind, alternatives, and preferences. Well, if you're going with the wind, then you're kind of letting nature guide you, or letting yourself be guided by either your instincts, metaphorically, maybe your instincts, or what kind of weather wants to pop up, especially if you're sailing. Okay, so that's part of your breakthrough also, okay? And then I have the yoga card. Contemplation, deep breath, centered, go within, steady, balanced, relax, take a break, inner child, healing. And that's interesting with the eternal child being on the bottom over here. So the inner child healing, that it has a very strong feel of like, this is something that's in your family. This is something, I'm getting even like a blessing and a curse, because there's some sort of inner child, maybe things pass through our DNA here that we need to heal. I need to get something good. Balance chakras, reflection, wellness, and rest. The 8 of Cups. Okay, so that is enjoying freedom of a new path, especially when the path that we are feeling feels more like a dead end or sad situation, or something that zaps the energy out of us just being in it. Ultimately, you're going towards your 9 of Cups. But I feel like you're going off almost like alone on this path, where you'll be walking away by yourself. Like, so you're not taking someone with you, is what I'm trying to say. And you might be going towards somebody else. I'm not really sure, because the 2 of Cups might be talking about, or for some of you all, like a real love relationship or something coming in for you. Okay, and then I have the Chariot, which means you're well on your way. The breakthrough is about, looks like travel, and you're going somewhere new because you have some alternatives, or you have maybe different preferences, and maybe something is opening up. I was seeing another person's channel today, and the card that came out, I was getting from it something a little different. Because I was getting more of like, you're writing your story, or you're going to write your, I got that. Her interpretation was different, which I'm kind of glad, because I don't want to use somebody else's, interpretation. But what I was thinking when I was watching that was, there's a new storyline here. There's a lot of hints of having to leave something in the past, even having to give up something. I don't know, maybe a habit or something that you're used to doing, but like it could be given up in order to receive something much better. So I think something is going to pick up speed. I definitely think something's going to pick up speed. You have somebody looking over you, like for real, somebody looking over you. They feel protective of you. I don't know if you've ever seen a polar bear. I've seen a few videos of polar bears, and I've seen how aggressive they can get when they are defending themselves, but they will help one another out a lot. And so this is representing somebody wanting to help you out or gift you something. And it can have everything to do with some type of opportunity that leads to you experiencing more freedom, so that if you were to write a story, at least the storyline would be closer to what you're wanting it to actually look like. It's like that. It's like hope. It's a lot of hope. It's associated with another person, though. So, and then I have, the card that can represent other people. Socializing with other people, getting out into nature. These are connections that feel good to your soul. Okay, and so that is also the breakthrough, is that there are people that are coming into your life for that purpose of, I help you, you help me, we reach success together. And not really a group person like myself, but I have found myself being a little different in this energy over the last, I would say, 2 years of being really like, honestly wanting and desiring to meet different people in person. Like I'm feeling I'm more sociable, or I want to be. If it's in some area, I don't know, like a convention or a conference, something where there's a common goal, something that we're all coming together, because there's going to be a reward that's going to benefit all by it. So this is something really healing, and it does have to do with other people and connections. Okay, it's very important. Yeah, I used to be a really hard-headed, I want to do everything on my own without reaching ever out to anybody ever. And it's taken me a long time to realize that could have been a huge benefit to me in my life had I had tried to foster more relationships and reaching out. Did have a few bad experiences, so maybe that's why I was a little my heart had to be healed a little bit for the yeah. As probably you too. We all have something like that. Okay, here's your strength. Wow. I'm going to look this one up, but I believe it's like signs and synchronicities, because I have had this deck before. That's why I can talk about some of them without having to look them up. But this one I probably will have to look up. What is this one? Oh, goodness. It's 76. 76. Kairos. Okay, what is it saying here? The initiations. I'm gonna have to read that for you all, okay? Because this is a different deck, and so I want to. It's these cards are divided up into different areas of how they're supposed to help you, right? So it says the initiation cards are similar to trump cards, or like the major arcana in the tarot. They represent the big moments, junctures, and situations in life that carry major significance along our journey. These are the events that change us on a fundamental level. They're the big whammies of Earth. Okay, this is something you have already been through. Was a huge pivotal turning point for you in your life. We'll see what it has to do with then. That's interesting. So I'm glad I read that. Let's see. Mythical time, synchronicity. Oh, yeah, this is when you became the mystic. Let's just be honest. This is when you became the mystic. This is when you said, I'm diving into spiritual growth. I'm diving in. Anything that was very, very toxic you moved it out of your life. You had to, or you were forced to. You had to go through some sort of huge, big change. Some of you all didn't go through anything, that you brought on yourself. Some of you all went through a major health crisis, and then it turned everything around for you, and this big call to mysticism and spirituality came in, took overboard. You paid attention to synchronicities. They were happening everywhere. This is when you are in alignment and you are ease and decisions and action, meaning that you've done this before where you've had to make a huge change for the best alignment. And you have, that's your strength, is that you have followed the advice that Spirit gave to you in the past when it was dealing with something huge, that there had to be a change. And this is the same type of change because it's huge. But I feel like this is saying like you're already strong for getting over one huge hurdle or part in our, yeah, it says this is about this is about non-linear realms and divine timing, mythical timing. And so I'm going to say you probably developed a lot of patience here. Time could have sped up, or it could have drastically slowed down during certain situations in your life. There was great change here for you. Yeah, I feel like you heeded advice or some mystical synchronicity that came into your life. Probably didn't think twice about, okay, this is my chance. Something's pushing me in that direction of that. Yeah. Also looks very instinctual, like you were just knew when something. So here was a major decision when we had to move past something that was a stalemate in our life, when we had to figure out what to do, which way to go, or whether we had to split from somebody or not. It looks like we took the path that was lit up to us with the sun. And that's part of your strength, is being able to be still and listen to this divine advice. All right. I have 50-50 as your strength, which is it could go this way, it could go that way. This was in the past. This is when we were making a decision and we just didn't know, but we felt like we were guided. And usually this all is going to turn out the way that, for your highest good, the way fate has laid out for you. Even though we still experience dead-end moments, or chapters. There was a purpose to all of it. And so I think this is saying that your strength is that you are able to say, I've got to do something. So I'm just going to roll the dice. I'm going to see what happens next. I'm going to put my my life in the divine, and I'm going to have complete trust in that. And I think it worked out. I think it made you shine, and now it's time for something even more divine to enter, right? Tell me about this future. The future. Wow, your outcome is the shaman. I already got my thing dirty. Dang it. I just got this today. The shaman. I will look it up for you. The 5 of Swords. Oh. And the King of Cups. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Just kind of wondering what that has to do with it. It could be a love. Mm-hmm. Okay, I have the flag with achievement, recognition, overthrow, success, victory, winner, conquest, mastery, bragging rights, carry the day, plans are coming to fruition, king of the mountain. There are some energies that you are actually going to be exiting, going to be going on this next story line. It's going to be something where you have some sort of innate gifts or abilities with the shaman. But there feels like another energy around you that was wanting to test it all the time. Whether that energy was working through, because I'm really thinking of entity energy that works through people, that works through situations, that delays things. There's even a specific fallen angel. I'm very open towards like all areas, bits and pieces. But there is one that's associated with delay. That's the one with the horse head. So you had all these things, knowing that you were a shaman, knowing that you were very balanced actually, but they were trying to throw you off because of it. Because the shaman, let me look it up. The shaman has a great job, right? Purpose. And usually the way you get to that in each lifetime is something that you've gone through something. All right, so here is your outcome. The Magi, the Sorcerer, the Medicine Woman. It's like a healer, right? The three archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. The shaman is activated by long-standing diligent study. Second, the orientation is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. The third is the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world. This way, the shaman is the master who bridges the everyday with the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. So you're needed. The shaman in you is desperately needed. And like it says, where there is power, there's also a shadow. So the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. So it reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. It's the fearless student and the practitioner. So it's the teacher and the student at the same time. It's very healing. So this is going to be something that you'll be very proud about. It's a good role, right? Here's your advice. Destroy that shit. Write it in the story that there is something that has to come down. There has to be the end of this. Whatever this is. Has to. This is a very powerful energy, because thinking about how this energy is going to occur, usually at the same time, simultaneously, you will be planning how you're going to build or go towards something else, right? So annihilation. I will look that one up for you after I do this here. I have the fixed signs, which are associated with the World card and the Wheel of Fortune. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. The fixed signs, it says inner child. So we have 3 references of your inner child. That I feel like that's really where the breakthrough is going to occur, because it feels like something that maybe was hidden, maybe even still, and it's something that you'll have to figure out what it is, and it may be a limiting belief in regards to changing the story too. And so we have to figure out what that is. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like how to best destroy all of my beliefs. Like, take them down. Take them all away. So how can I best do that and reprogram myself? I was just thinking of the different ways. Yeah. Acting, thinking, all of those things could be changed. Okay, something's meant to be left in the past. It says spilt milk, regret, accidents happen, leave it in the past, or it's over, it's done. Disappointed in something that didn't work out, or something from the past can be past guilt of things that didn't work out. So it's like to free yourself from that stuff. Free yourself. You have the High Priestess, which is beautiful. I don't know why I'm feeling a connection with the Sun and the High Priestess here. Almost like information coming to you. Maybe through this meditation, some type of information coming to you about how something is going to go down. So this is a really interesting card also to come out, because it's the Ace of Wands, but it has this like womb. It has a duck with it and a human being. So I get the feeling that this is like representing that story, that new, the passion and the excitement that you want to feel through this new pathway, right? But it has been this represents like the story that you've been writing about or the visions you've been having about how good something can be, and it's like it's ready to be born. This new opportunity is ready to be born. Yeah. Well, the destroyer, birth is messy. I'm going right to it. Okay. Okay, this is in your advice, right? The savage, the unexpected, the rejected. Swift and precise blows that will redirect our life. So, this is about an ending, and it says the destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. And I feel like your true purpose has a lot to do with gifts and abilities that have been passed on to you with that also, by the way. Okay, so the destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out the stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myth, this is the moment when heads begin to roll. The ground opens up. The castles crumble. Hold on for the ride. This destroyer has arrived. And it says Picasso's statement is every act of creation is first an act of destruction. And that's exactly how I feel about what this is even talking about. So let's take a little bit of a look. Maybe just ask for any more advice that they want to give, and then we'll wrap it up with an angel number message. Any more advice? Your 9 of Cups. Choose happiness. Choose happiness. Choose happiness and choose things that are good for you, that are not like self-sabotaging things. Choose. It's your choice to be happy is what it's about. New commitment coming in. The Hierophant. Commitment or a marriage or a joining of people that is brought together by the divine. With the Queen of Discs, the 9 of Wands, and the Star. So it's going to be... you're going to be successful in achieving something that you have wished. Look at, she's like reaching to that diamond in the middle of the medallion, the star. So something's really going to take off or work for you, especially in regards to also finances and being able just to take care of yourself with the Queen of Discs, because you're the queen. So something with finances could start going really good. They're definitely closing in on something that's going to end with the 9-9. But you have been persistent and strong through it all, because you have been here as the 9 of Wands, meaning you have never backed down from your spiritual struggles, no matter what has happened. Like you've always had that hope, or you've always known that you were going to have a completion that leads to your happiness. And here's that new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles. I told you it's something that's also associated with finances. This one kind of surprised me. Yeah, you've been like, I just really feel like you've been under spiritual attack. We have the Devil here. This leads us to temptation, usually to try to choose those things that are not that great, that could knock us down. They can hinder our progress to the Devil energy. If it's a good energy, then if we're looking at it as on the positive side, we could say that this might be strategy and planning, that you never gave up on that. And so maybe it's talking about a plan. And it would have everything to do with you doing very well financially here also. And there's the Death card, closure, ending. And the Tower on the bottom. Whoa, big change, sudden change. What's the Hierophant? What's this divine connection about? Because it can be associated with this new thing. It is associated with the 4 of Wands, they're saying. And that is the marriage card. So, and we have the Hierophant. Something's coming in here. It's new. If it's not marriage, there's something like a partnership, an alliance that's being brought together. It's for this, your life purpose, 11-11, your soul purpose together. It says completion here because it's like perfected work too. Here's the 3 to the 4, 3 of Wands, your vision and your expansion. And then look what else is coming out. This is the journey. And look, I think you've had to go through some horrible energies here with this devil. I'm just really picking up some heavy, I'm going to try to do everything I can do to keep you off of focus so you don't expand. And you've had to really, really persist. This is an energy that didn't want to see this expansion. It would be not good for them. It wouldn't be on their agenda. This is a controlling person too. Could be a controlling person. We have change, Two of Discs, a choice, a decision, and then the Lovers, and in this deck it has people that are getting married. So that's really interesting here for you. So that's what I've got. 11-11, huh? 11-11. I noticed that tonight. 6-6 and 9-9. Okay, angel number. Give me a number for the Selective Collective. If you would like a private reading, the information is in the description box below. And I do thank you for joining me. Who else just got that exact combination? Who was it? There's another sign that got the exact combination. But this one is, okay, I don't know. Anyway, 20 and 88. So 20 says you relate to others on almost a cosmic level. You're dedicated to building harmonious relationships of all kinds. You have the ability to persuade others to your point of view by using gentle means. I'm harmonious. 88, with you are on the cusp of a prosperous, abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which will bring financial and material abundance into your life. 555, a major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. Wow, we really have you ascending and in alignment here, right? 555, 66, 77, and 88. Wow. Wow. Okay. 66 is your guardian angel teaching you the essence of unconditional love. And you are encouraged to have faith that the universe will provide for you while you're manifesting your inner desires. I am positive. 77 says it's time to move on from old patterns, habits, and fears. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desire and ambition. Now is the time to be bold and brave. I am brave. So that's what I have for you. Selective Collective, thank you for joining me. Give it a like if you liked it, and hit subscribe so you can get more. Bye.